Hello friends, I welcome you all in one more knowledgeable, interesting video. Today in this video, we're going to talk about 10 important things, 10 important compliance that you have to do in income tax before 31st of March. Yes, 31st of March being a critical date in the context of compliance with respect to Income Tax Act, right? So there are some important things that you have to do on or before 31st of March. If you will not do that, then it may cost you very, very high. Either some deductions will not be allowed, you have to pay more taxes, you have to pay interest, and sometimes you may have to pay penalty as well, right? So let's start with this. The first thing that you have to comply before 31st March is, as known to everybody, it is PAN and Aadhaar linking. If you have not linked your PAN and Aadhaar, please do it on or before 31st of March. Next is, if you are planning to buy an asset and if you are having any business or profession, if you are planning to buy any fixed asset, then please buy it on or before 31st of March. Now, what is the benefit? The benefit is that you will get deduction of depreciation for 6 months, right? No problem in that. If you use that asset just for few days in this financial year 2022-23. So that's the benefit that you will get if you buy fixed asset on or before 31st of March. You will able to claim depreciation for 6 months period, right? Next important benefit is, there is one section in income tax, that is section 43B. What is this section is all about? This section allows deduction of certain expenses on payment basis, not on due basis, right? So if you have those expenses which falls into the category of 43B expense and you have not paid that, and if you are in the presumption that the deduction will be allowed to me on accrual basis, then sir, you are under wrong presumption. It will not be going to be that way, because section 43B says that the deduction will going to be allowed only on payment basis, right? For the expenses like payment of employee provident funds, right? Your bonus payments to the employees, your interest on loans taken from banks, yes, and your leave encashment. Right. So if you have these expenses which are still not yet paid, so pay it on or before 31st of March if you want to claim deduction for calculation of your taxable income out of your business or profession. Right. So next is, if you have any outstanding loan balance standing in your balance sheet, right, then it is advisable to square up this balance, right? Because if your return will be selected for the scrutiny, then you have to submit details that why there is a balance still outstanding and some other things. If because of circumstances you cannot able to square it up because you don't have money to make repayment from the person from whom you taken up the loans, then you have to obtain a confirmation letter from a person that yes, I am financially capable, I know this person, and I am giving this X amount of money to this particular person for using that money in his or her business. Obtain confirmation letter. Along with this, you must obtain PAN and Aadhaar of that person from whom you obtain loan, right? And you must also obtain ITR acknowledgement copy of that person too, to prove the financial stability, financial capacity of that person, that person is financially capable to give you money for some time, right? These documents will help you in scrutiny assessment proceedings, if any would come to you, and at the later stage, after 1 year, 2 year, or maybe after 3 years, when you will get the scrutiny notice, then it would going to be difficult for you to obtain these documents from that person. So it's better to obtain it on or before 31st of March. Next is, if your advance tax last installment is pending, then pay it as soon as possible. Otherwise, you may end up paying huge interest under section 234B and C, right? Next important thing is check your 26As, AIS and TIS, and this is also relevant for this point for calculation of your advance tax liability, right? Seventh is review your profit and loss statement, right? Especially the debit side, right? Why debit side? For proper TDS compliance, right? So that if there is any expense on which you forget to deduct the TDS or you forget to deposit the TDS, right? So please review debit side of your profit and loss statement so that the TDS compliance should be done at least on or before 31st of March. If not, if you fail to comply, that your tax auditor would come, do audit and report these findings in form 3CD, right? Then there will going to be the disallowance for your income, and you may end up paying more taxes otherwise. And also tax default proceedings under the TDS sections will also be initiated by the department, and the other person will also not get credit of the TDS, right? So you will have to suffer a lot if you will fail to comply with the TDS well on time, right? Eighth important thing that you have to do at least on or before 31st of March is reconcile your turnover with GST, right? Check your turnover, what you reported in the GST returns, right? If something is left out in the GST return, report it. If something is left out in the books for the income tax purpose, then record it in the books, right? Means both the turnovers have to reconcile with each other, right? Means the same turnover, right, preferably has to be reported in the GST as well as in the income tax, right? Because now the departments are talking to each other. It is not like this that you are reporting A in income tax and you are reporting A+1 in GST. You cannot do that, because now these days income tax, GST, MCA, right, these all three departments are interacting and talking to each other, sharing data, sharing information, right, to enhance their tax collections. Clear? 9 is obtain bank confirmation letters from the banks relating to FDRs, relating to interest on FDRs, right? Obtain bank statements, right, and retain it in your records, right? Why this is important? Because after 3-4 years, when your return will be selected for the scrutiny, then it would going to be very difficult for you to ask for the bank statement of that old period, right? And bank may or may not provide you that statement well on time, right? Because during the scrutiny proceedings, submission of the document timely is very, very important, right? So obtain these documents from the bank today itself, right? And preserve those documents in your record so that if any scrutiny proceeding would come in future, you can file response to that. Next and the last compliance that you have to do before 31st of March 2023 is that filing of your income tax return updated. If any of the income that has been left out, or if you because of some circumstances you reported more losses, right, or you failed to report a capital gain income or other source income or any interest on the FDR on the saving bank account, right? If that's the case with you, then option for filing ITRU is still available to you for the assessment year 2020-21. Right. For the assessment year 2021, 31st March is the last date for filing of income tax updated return. Right. So if you have something that was left out in the original return filed under section 139(1), then you can file updated return on or before 31st March pertaining to assessment year 2021. Right. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any query relating to income tax, you can post your query in the comment box. We will keep coming with these kind of knowledgeable, interesting videos relating to income tax. Don't forget to post your query in the comment box. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye.